Hey, fellow problem solvers, Colfax Math here. Last days of summer, this is a back to school video. This video is going to be a quick review of the Cartesian coordinate plane. Some key ideas to refresh, review before you go into math class. The Descartes came up with this coordinate plane. It is the foundation of so much of our math. No matter what you're doing in college level math class, you got to have this thing dialed in. All right, quick review. Everything starts with the number line when you started how to count. Then you cut that number line in the center and put in a 0, all one-dimensional space. You count out numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then going this way, you have your negatives. And then once you're really good at addition and subtraction, you go to multiplication and division, like creating a new dimension in two-dimensional space, x, y. Going up is positive 1, 2, 3. And then going over is still positive. I have created 4 quadrants. This is quadrant 1. This is quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. If you are creating a unit circle on top of this, you always rotate around this way. And that's why this is called quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. In one-dimensional space, you're moving up and down this number line to add and subtract. In two-dimensional space, you're creating boxes to find area, right? So now in two-dimensional space, the size of this rectangle is 2 by 3 or 6 square units. This thing right here is marked by a coordinate. It is always x first and then y. So in this case, it would be how far do I go over before I go up? So I went over 3, up 2. I have a coordinate right here. It is always still xy. However, x, remember, we started by going this way is negative. So this coordinate is -2, up 1, xy. If I have a coordinate down here, I'm going over negative and down negative. This is -2, -3, because I am -2 over, -3 down. In my fourth quadrant right here, so this is -1, I'm right here. This is over 3, up -1. That's kind of the key to it. After you work from one-dimensional space to two-dimensional space, incorporating all your adding and subtracting negatives, and then area, multiplication, and division, then you start creating lines on this Cartesian coordinate plane. And the most common form of line you draw, oh, beautiful sunset. Last days of summer. Again, this is always labeled x, labeled y. These arrows are saying it is infinite in both directions. If you go up, most common line you create is with a y-intercept where it crosses the y-axis. That note is called b. I'm up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this case, my b value is 5. If it were the coordinate, it would be 0, 5. But I'm going to create a line on my coordinate system. Then let's say that line goes over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. And my line goes through those 2 points. Well, I want to figure out the slope of that line. Slope of a line is represented with the letter m. It's slope. And slope is always rise over run. It is a fraction, a ratio of rise over run. So how far do I rise? Well, I go from 5 to 0. So in this case, I rise -5 and I run 5. I could reduce that fraction to -1. So looking at that line, I have a y-intercept and a slope. I'm going to put it in my slope-intercept equation. The general equation is y equals mx plus b, where I take that y-intercept and I plug it in for b, and I take that slope and I plug it in for f. The equation of this line is y equals slope x plus b 5. Okay, so first we went one-dimensional space to two-dimensional space to coordinates to shapes and now lines. Let's do one right here. Tell me the equation of this line right here. It crosses right here at 1 and it crosses right here, let's say at -2. Might have to pause the video for that. Arrows on both ends to say it is infinite. This is going to be y equals rise 1, run 2, 1/2 x plus 1. Slope, intercept form with the y-intercept of 1. When I sign my name like that, that is a positive slope. So I'm expecting a positive slope with this lean and a negative slope with this lean. A horizontal line isn't really quite what you think, but this horizontal line right here, I look at any coordinate on here. This is say 4, 4. This is 7, 4, -3, 4. Anywhere on here, y is equal to b 4. So the equation of a horizontal line will always be in terms of y versus the equation of a vertical line right here, let's say through 2, is going to be x equals 2. Okay, from there, we could actually go in a 3-dimensional space too. And I'll just touch on this just to jog it a little bit, and we'll wrap it up. Again, these are just back to school videos, just a quick review of Cartesian coordinate system. Again, horizontal axis is always x, vertical axis is always y. 1-dimensional space, add y, 2-dimensional space. Now we're going to add z, 3-dimensional space. Now this point is out in space here. Like let's say I go over 2, up 3, and out 4. That thing's coming straight out, but I can't really draw that. The way I draw this box is I draw this line up here, that line like that. Oh, did I screw that up? I did. My 2's got to be over here. So now in 3-dimensional space, I have a point out here. Those coordinates would still be x, y, z. They always got to make sense. So I went down 2, up 3, out 4. So that'd be 2, 3, 4 in 3-dimensional space. 1 dimension is going to be length, circumference, perimeter. 2-dimensional space will be area, area of a circle, area of anything. 3-dimensional space will be volume, volume of the solid. Wow, beautiful sunset. Hopefully this is a good back to school review of the Cartesian coordinate plane. Just a couple key quick ideas you got to know.